Palmer Ranch area. So I believe in long-term learning and caring. And my title from my beloved patients, that's the biggest award I think I got in my entire life, because they call me as Dr. Sun. Because to me, Dr. Sun is like, should be a loving person, should be caring, taking care of the patients, nothing related with money or self-centric. It's all about patients. When we become doctors, our focus is only patients. We want to take care of them, take them out of their ailments, and get the best cure for them. Can we go to the next slide, please? And this is Smile Ranges Dental, my office. I call it our baby. And here's my staff, Ms. Miros, Rosa, and Teresa. I just brought them here so that you know there is allied jobs in the dental field. And I have another assistant too who comes part-timing. He's a student in Rice University, but he works for me on Sundays. So, you know, those are some of the things. You can be dental assistants. It is a career on the way in building a bigger career. So you can be dental assistants, you can be dental hygienists, you can be psychologists, you can be physicians, internalists, dentists. There's a lot of allied jobs in the medical field. Can we go to the next slide, please? Okay, so this is just a little bit about myself, but I didn't want to go through a lot of stuff which I already went through. So these are my patients with a lot of dentures. So what you see in them, in their teeth and their smile, they're actually dentures. They don't have the teeth. And I do complex surgeries too. And this is my family. Have a 4-year-old and a 13-year-old. And he's in Seven Lakes Junior High. So, you know, I'm like, probably like a mom. So next slide, please. And can we play this?
Clinical excellence award in dental medicine. Dr. Nisha is an hour-old dentist.
One, please.
For the overall health, she has been practicing dentistry from 2001 in 2 countries, in India and USA, making her a well-renowned international dentist. She's currently pursuing her master's in geriatric dentistry with USC after being mother of a teenager. That's her passion into dentistry. Her exceptional clinical skills has made her receive the Clinical Excellence Award, a prestigious from Boston University Goldman School of Dental Medicine. Dr. Nisha actively participated in supporting the community by supporting KPL charity through sports. A dentist and model smiles and walks for charity to raise funds for hurricane-affected areas from Houston, Florida, and Kerala.
27 Western Star Empowerment Award to Dr. Nisha.
That was Farmer Miss Universe Sushmita said.
Thank you very much. Well, the next award
So we can make it. Thank you.
Clinic.
Okay. So a little bit of the awards and recognition. So when you are doing, pre-plan what you're doing. Just don't be so relaxed, because when you want to really get into a dental or a medical or any kind of program, you have to be really active. So when I was in high school, I just made sure that I was actively participating in like speech and research, and I was doing everything which I could. Of course, you have to study well, be concentrated on good GPA, and make sure that do it from your heart. It's not like, yes, I have to get into the program, yes, but I always wanted to be a doctor. It was like in my breath. It's like, I want to be a doctor. What I live is like, you know, this is what I want to be. And I had gone through a lot of things in my life. I had been in computer science too. But what I wanted to be was being a doctor. So when I came to the US, I have to redo the program, and when I have to redo the program, I had to work a little bit in computers. And believe it or not, I lost myself in that process, because I couldn't recognize myself at all. I'm like, what am I doing? You know, I want to be a doctor. What am I doing? So there would be times when you would directly go into the program, or sometimes you would take an altered path. When you take an altered path, don't lose yourself. Because sometimes when we lose yourself, we lose our goal. It's very, very important. So be focused. And this is the dean right now. He's the current dean, Dean Hutter from Boston University. Of all the students, of almost 300 students, I was given the Clinical Excellence Award. I was very happy at that moment because I did study well, but I wanted to be into the Kappa Omega Epsilon Society. I think I dropped out by like a 0.1 grade, but it's okay. I mean, things happen. It's not always you have to be the winner. Sometimes you cannot, but it's okay. But I was so happy when I received the Clinical Excellence Award because I was a dentist. I am a dentist, and for us, more than scores, the clinical excellence, it matters the most. So I was very happy. Okay, yeah, I didn't get it into the Kappa Society, but I'm glad that I got the award. And even back in India too, I had the Service Doctor Award, and then this was the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, where I am always a topper of most of my subjects, and I got an award in 1999-2000. So in Laredo, this is a very interesting one because like school students, it was a magnet program in Laredo. I worked at the border and it was exciting. So these magnet students program, we went there and we did the career day and we talked to them. We also conducted sessions to train them and we invited them to our practice. And I want to make sure that I want to offer the invite to my practice. You can feel free anytime. Please come to my practice. You can observe and you can learn, and anytime, any questions, you will be able to get the help from me or my team. We will always be happy to help our students and our future generation. So that magnet program gave me an awesome exposure to actually learn more about the students, what their aspirations, what their problems are, what are the difficulties they have, and we were able to interact with the students and with the teachers so that we could be able to act as a bridge to help them, and whoever needed the help to actually help them to reach towards their goal. It was really nice. I also clinical partnered with Boston University and for Cool Smiles, where we went and we talked about getting the students prepared, getting into the future jobs, because life doesn't stop at one point. After you graduate from here, you have to go into the college, and from there you have to go to get a job, then you have to pay your student loans. Those are the things. And since I was really good in clinical, the more active you are, the higher you grow in your profession too. So within a couple years, I was a dental director for Jefferson Dental, and I was doing really well, and I had a lot of I did a segment with some KPRC channel 2. I was on the TV2 aired. And can we go to the next slide? So preparing for the dental medical school applications. This is what I want you guys to we just did talk about studying hard, work hard, yes. And be active in your extracurricular activities. It's very, very important. I was never the top scorer most of the time. I would be like a little second or the third, but it's okay because sometimes it's hard. We lose in the competitive exams. And always make sure focus on the good GPA. And then extracurricular activities, say in case you just did a mistake and something you lost in a multiple choice, the extracurricular activities are going to give you the weightage for that, whatever you lost in this, because this is a total package. When you go to an interview, when you put your application for your college admissions, the whole package matters the most. For us, we had scoring. Now the new things, we do not have full scorings for some of the programs. It's only like grades, it's not like numbers. So if that's the case, the whole package makes a weightage. So, and make sure build a good resume. And you can also participate in the research capstone projects and other research projects. So that way you increase your knowledge, because when you do research, you start reading through more articles, journals, scientific papers and presentation. That's where you try to learn more, because it's not just one thing. And I know that many of you have been working hard and have been already in these projects, but I would highly recommend you to take those things. Build a good resume and write a good letter of intent. Make sure that why you want to get into the program, that make sure it's very truthful, honest, and just represents who you are. That's very, very important. And always get good references, because that will help, and then that will actually put you a little bit up for more chances to get into a program. And I would say always, like, the more arrows in the basket, always apply for more schools, so that way you have more chances to get into a program. I love the fact that, yes, I want to get into the school. If you get into that school, it's good. If you do not, then always make sure apply for more schools, so you would, because our goal is not getting into this particular school. And our goal is to become who we need to be. If we can get into this school, it is good. I got into UCSF, but I did not go. It wasn't my place where I used to live, but I did not. Because the problem was UC Regents, at that time they said there was a 5% increase in the tuition fee. It went to 26%. My cosigner did not want to sign it. I had a financial crisis at that time. What should I do? Then I saved up some money. I did not take that admission. When I did not join that, I actually went out. I earned myself a little bit, and then I saved up some money. I got friends and families to help me out, and then I got some cosigner. And the Boston University's fees were a little less. My only thing was Boston University was one of the prestigious universities, but it was far from where I live, so I have to leave my kids, and so that was one of the things I was debating. But after all of that had happened, but I was so happy to be in Boston University because, of course, it's one of the prestigious schools, and it is one of the schools that has the certificate in Latin, because there are some schools, if you go into the medical and dental, Harvard, Stanley, there are some schools that are very prestigious, and Boston University is one of them. My certificate is in Latin. And then, can we go to the next slide? And make sure, do a detailed resume and curriculum vitae. It is so important. And can we go to the next slide? And start documenting little details while you do volunteering job. And because those little details, if you can start putting that into your CV and put it in a very professional way, actually that adds weightage. I've been recommending a lot of the students to the universities. A couple of my friends, I recommended them, they got into UCSF, and she always tells me that, yeah, they looked into all these packages, like my resume, my CV, but then once we put the reference letters and then they compare the CV and then they start asking questions. What did you observe in the clinic where you went? How did this patient do, and what did your doctor do? So those are the questions they can ask, and that will help you. Like, if you really answer it in a very smart way, you will be on the top of their list to be getting into the school. And I would be be proactive. Plan and participate in activities that could add value to your resume. Do it from your heart. For me, it's like nothing needs to be fake. Everything should be from the heart. You should do it from your heart and do it the right way. It's okay to be analytical, but when it comes to volunteering and healthcare and charity, I always like it to do it from my heart, because to me, if I help, I really help. It's not like I wanna do this help because I wanna speak about it. No, never like that. Do it from your heart, help, and that's what is important. And anything that's done from the bottom of your heart has better results. And I always believe in 99% perspiration and 1% inspiration. Can we go to the next slide, please? And then the interview process. Please prepare well for the interviews. Be very casual and be yourself. We always say your answers should guide the interviewer. It's a typo there. It's guide the interviewer for the next question. When I answer them to the interviewer, I would actually give them some lead questions in what I talk. So that will kind of tempt them. It's a little art, but you can go online and learn it and master it. You can actually answer in a way to give them some curious points, and they can pick on those curious points and ask you those questions, where you would be the topper on those concepts, and that will put you really on the top. So that is an art, and when you master that art, you can nail any interview. You can do really, really good in any interview. And then present yourself in a very clean and a professional attire. To me, I respect neatly dressed professional way of attire. We believe in certain things. Even in dentistry, we wear closed shoes, we wear socks, and we wear scrubs, or we wear uniforms, and we present ourselves in a very, very, very professional way. That and clean combed hair. When you go to the interview, make yourself very presentable and be very confident, and just be different but truthful. Okay, it's okay to say some stuff, but just make sure you're truthful. And thank the interviewers for their time, because they are sitting, but they are making sure that they select the right candidate for the school. Sometimes, if you look into it, it's not like us getting into the program, but we need to present ourselves to not, say for example, I am a Boston University student. I always make myself be more cautious about what I do because I should not get bad fame to my university. It's very, very important. Who we are, it's very, very important to give the respect and also give respect and take respect and make sure that we present ourselves in a professional way to add value to our institutions. It's very, very important. When we teach our students, when we teach our kids, it's so important that, to me, yes, marks are good, but the more the good characters and the good values they have is what adds to the person. Good values are the good assets. So it's very, very important that we present ourselves to the university as a very good student and be cautious in what we talk, what we say, what we do. It's very, very important. I think that should be the end of the slides. Okay, thank you from Team Smile Rangers, and I have a few of my other teammates here. And then you can just keep the other slides running.
Oh, you have more?
No, just pictures. And if they have questions, I can just answer.
Oh, gotcha.
There should be in that folder, if you go to that stick. Yeah, go back. Yeah, you can just play those pictures. You can just keep doing the slideshow. Yeah, and do you have any questions for me? Please feel free.